All right, so in this video, we're going to be talking about how to know when's the right time to invest when it comes to stocks and crypto. Okay, there's going to be three different models we're going to be able to play, and we're going to go over the things that we're going to need to be looking for. Okay, that once again, this is going to be usable for just stocks, crypto, or just any type of just investing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and talk about model number one. Okay, so starting off with model number one here. Okay. This is going to just be the most simple model that I like to play. Okay. So in order for price to continue into new highs, what's called resistance needs to be broken. And what resistance is going to be an area where price decides to sell off at. Okay. So if you see price making big dramatic upside down V's, such as like right here. Okay. And then we see price heading in a downwards direction. Okay. Even same for right here. We have an upside down V. Okay. And then we have price falling in a downwards direction. Okay. So once again, resistance is going to be an area where price decides to top out at. And then it decides to fall in a downwards direction. Okay. So that's going to be what resistance is. And in order for price to progress, areas of resistance where price decides to continuously sell off at has to be broken in order for price to progress in an upwards direction. Okay. So price isn't just going to keep coming and rejecting at this level over and over again. Okay. Price will not continue to fall down at the same resistance level over and over again. As we can see over here, we managed to get above this gray box fully. Okay. So once price gets above an area of resistance, okay, once again, resistance is going to be an area where price decides to reject that while it's going in an upwards direction. So if you see price spiking in a downwards direction after just blasting upward at the same area, okay, or in an area sharply, that's going to signify an area of resistance a great chunk of the time. Okay. And one of the first entry models that's going to be playable is going to be the resistance breakout model. Okay. So as soon as price breaks an area of resistance, inshallah, that's going to go ahead and be your entry. Okay. It's going to be a place where a lot of people are going to be wanting to get in. And the resistance breakout is going to be the first and just most popular model. Okay. So you're going to be waiting for just an area where price decides to fall down at heavily to be broken. Okay. So once again, in this instance here, and then we're going to jump into the second model here. Okay. So in this model, we can see we have this area of resistance right here. Okay. And then if I zoom in, I can see down here that the resistance area actually got broken. Okay. So let me go to my 4-hour time frame. Okay. And check it out. So boom, resistance created right here and resistance created right here. Okay. So I'm on my 4-hour time frame. And as you can see, the area of resistance fell down in the same place twice. But as soon as it got broken right here on this candlestick, as you can see, we are able to go ahead and get in. Okay. And for the resistance breakout, what I like to go ahead and wait for is a 30-minute close. So what a 30-minute close is I would like to be on my 30-minute time frame. Okay. You could choose your time frames at the very top. And I like to wait for the 30-minute time frame to close above the resistance. Okay. You can either do 30-minute close or 15-minute close. 30-minute close is going to be extremely safe. Because sometimes what might happen is price might try and break above the resistance and then fall all the way down. Okay. So yeah. So when you're waiting for a close, waiting for a candlestick to close above the area, inshallah, you know that price wants to progress. Okay. So that's going to be the first model we're going to be talking about today, the resistance breakout model. Let me go ahead and show you just another example of it here. Find another clean example of a resistance breakout just to show you here. And then we're going to go over the second model, which is going to be called break and retest. Okay, let me go and pull up Uber or something like that. Go on my 4-hour time frame. Cool, Uber. This is something simple. Here's a stock I have marked out here. And we're going to go over how to choose the best stocks to play to. And after I go over showing you how to mark out setups too. Okay, so here I can clearly see on the Uber, I'm going to be on my 4-hour time frame, and I can see here that price wants to fall down from this area twice. Okay, and this is after earnings too. Okay, so after earnings, okay, and earnings are going to be financial company earnings, where stocks post how much they make. Okay, and this is going to influence how the stock moves. Okay, so when the area of resistance met up with this area of resistance, price decided to fall in a downwards direction. Now all we have to do is just wait for price to break above. Okay, once price breaks above this resistance area, inshallah, I believe we'll go ahead and we'll meet up with this resistance area. Okay, just to go ahead and fill the gap. Okay, so this area of resistance is going to get broken and try and meet up with this area of resistance. Then we might get a rejection at this resistance up here, and then inshallah we'll get a break afterward. Okay, so that's going to go ahead and be that. So that's the resistance breakout strategy. Okay, that's the first model that you want to be playing. Best on stocks and crypto. Just wait for an area of resistance to be validated and then wait for it to be broken. Okay, so Uber, I really do like this setup. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is personally put this on my watch list. Okay, so cool. Now let's go over the second model. So model number two. Model number two is going to be called break and retest. Okay, so model number two, kind of similar to model number one. It's going to involve a resistance breakout. Okay, so let's just say resistance got created here at this place here twice. Okay, and then if we're waiting for resistance to get broken, price can come down and turn the resistance into support. Okay, and whenever we see resistance being broken and turned into support, that's going to be called break and retest. Okay, so resistance turning into support, or support turning into resistance for downtrends, but we're not going to get into that. But this is going to be the model that we're going to be focused on. Resistance broken and turn into support. This model is going to be especially usable when price is at all-time highs and there's not many resistances above current price. Okay, so I can go ahead and check here on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, I just took this trade here. Okay, and I'm going to show you why I took this trade. So in Bitcoin, I noticed this area of resistance being created here. Okay, this was previous all-time highs. Okay, and let me go ahead and draw the resistance area here. And guess what? I could see the resistance area on my 4-hour here being reacted off of twice here. Okay, so I have the resistance area being reacted off of once over here, and then it's being reacted off of again over here. Okay, and as we can see, price decided to get broken. Okay, resistance got broken there, and cool. So Chris, how would we get in? So you'd wait for resistance to get broken, and then you'd want to wait for the resistance to pull. Well, after the resistance gets broken, wait for price to pull all the way back down to the resistance, and then turn it into support. Okay. Okay. So as we can see, the resistance over here turned into support. Okay. So whenever you see resistance into support, that's going to be a probable model. Okay, so resistance on your 4-hour and the daily time frame. If you see them get broken and turn into support, that's going to be a probable way to get in and trade break and retest. Okay, so break and retest is going to be very, very easy. It's going to be a safe model, one of the safest models you could ever play within trading existence, especially for just trend continuations. Okay, so this is going to be the second model here. Okay, now going over the third model, this one's going to apply a little bit more logic for this model. Okay, this model, it's still simple to play. It's just going to require just a little bit more logic and just backwards thinking. Okay, so this one's going to be called the like above price support breakout. Okay, so I can easily see here on the 4-hour this area of support. Okay, so let me go ahead and draw model number 3 here. So just like we know, resistances get breakout, price needs to continue. Okay, now let's say there was an instance where price was like this. Okay, let's just say up here, let's just say support was created right here heavily. Okay, so pay attention to the support above current price, right? So there's no current resistances above current price, and current price is going to be, let's say current price is right here. Okay, if price was going up, price can do one of two things. Okay, so just like resistance can turn into support, support can turn into resistance. Exactly. Okay, and if it does that, then you could just wait for the resistance to get broken after it did that, and then take it up to the next area of resistance from there. Okay. Okay, so either price is going to create turn resistance from support, or price is going to do this. Price is going to have support above current price, and it might just run through the support. If it runs through the support and you get a 30-minute close or 15-minute close, you're good. You can go and enter, take the support and validation breakout, because support didn't turn into resistance. So if it just runs through it, then you know it wants to try and beat up with the other resistance easily. And what it might do is actually mirror the support over here to the left. Okay. And this is actually going to be model number 4. This is going to be the support mirror. Sometimes you might see an area of support to the left, which will match up an area of support over here to the right. Okay. So yeah, really 4 models. Okay. So that's the support mirror. So either supports will match up, you're going to get a resistance breakout, you're going to wait for resistance to turn into support, or you're going to wait for an area of support to just be broken out of. Okay. So this is going to be 4 models you can play. So model number 1, we got the resistance breakout right here, just waiting for an area of resistance to be broken out, closed, and meeting up with the next area. Okay. Then we're going to have the next model. We're going to have the model where we're waiting for an area of resistance to be broken and turned into support. Okay. Then we have the next model where we're just waiting for an area of support above current price to be broken out of or turn into resistance and then take that breakout. Okay, that's support and validation. Okay, then we're going to have the fourth and final model, the support mirror, where 2 areas of support will just mirror each other. And then you could take the trade like that. Okay, so those are going to be the 4 models you're going to be able to trade for crypto and stocks. Okay, now let's just go over some examples. Let's go over how I find stocks and setups to play. Okay, so what I like to do is come over here to my screener section on Trading View. It's going to be to the right, the little target symbol. Okay, I like to go ahead and click on this, and it's going to bring me to a place called Screener, and it's going to bring me to an area where I like to scan all the stocks. Okay, so personally, what I like to do is stick to stocks between 10 to 100. This way I can buy multiple contracts And this way I can really just get a lot of value, because a lot of the times these contracts I can buy weeks out for not that expensive. Okay. So I like to stick to stocks between 10 to 100. Okay. And you're going to be able to differentiate that and filter it by coming to screener. And once again, this is going to be recorded and posted. Coming to screener over here to the right, coming to the very top, I'm going to click on price and make sure I'm on 10 to 100. Okay. And then I'm going to be able to see the most profitable and popular companies by clicking over here where it says market cap. Market cap is going to be pretty much how profitable a company is and how much value it has. Okay. So I'm going to make sure market cap has a downward arrow. And this way the billion and the highest number should be at the top first. This way I'm going to be able to see the most valuable companies from top to bottom. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'd like to go ahead and do. Now, for stock screener, I also like to do this here too. I like to click on the watch list button up here. Okay, and make sure my watch list is out. This way, when I'm on stock screener, I can easily just click through and I'm going to be able to adjust these numbers over here. Because if you don't have watch list selected and then you click on stock screener, the numbers might go away and then you can't easily adjust your chart. Okay, even if you try and push it to the right, it won't go. Okay, so I like to have my watch list out, then screener, and then I can easily still adjust these numbers. Okay. Yeah, so if you want to add stuff to your watch list as well, you're going to be able to right click on whatever, click on add BAC to watch list, and go ahead and add that. Or go ahead and click the watch list button in the top right where it says add button or add symbol, type all, and you can add whatever stocks or crypto that you want. Okay, cool. So say something like this, for example, too. Okay, Webull. All right, Webull looking like a good stock to buy here, honestly. Um, let's go ahead and just identify something. So I can see price getting above an area of resistance that was created here. Okay, along with the support. Okay, so if I check it right here, I can see price got above this little resistance area and this little support here on the 4-hour. Okay, so what I'm going to start off with, I like to always start off with my daily. Okay, start off with my daily time frame. Make sure the chart is looking bullish. And one way I like to make sure the chart is bullish is by making higher lows. Okay, so I'm going to be able to see ultimate levels of support. And if I see higher lows being made, then for the most part, I know that I'm going to be bullish. Okay. So once I see higher lows being made, for the most part, I know I'm going to go ahead and be bullish. All right. So boom, that's going to go ahead and be that. After this, and not using any indicators or anything like that, no distractions. After this, I'm going to be able to go ahead and get on my daily time frame and see, okay, the area of resistance where price shorted from before is going to be right here. Okay, so I can see price clearly wants to get to this area right here of resistance. Okay, so I can do one of two things here. I can either wait for price to break this area of resistance right here. That's going to be entry model number one. Okay, I can wait for price to break this area of resistance and get in. Or I could wait for this area of resistance to be broken, have this whole general area. Let's see, we'll choose this resistance between like this, or I could wait for this area to be broken, turn into support, and then take it back up. Okay, that's going to be model number two. I could take it here. Okay, so that's two entries I could wait for just based off of just looking at the resistance above current price alone. Okay, so two entries I could be waiting for. Now, let's go over the third one here. Okay, so I know once again, inshallah, price is trying to meet with this area of resistance, because price can only progress if it breaks past areas of resistances. Resistances have to be broken in order for price to progress within an upwards direction. Okay, otherwise prices cannot progress upwards if resistances don't get broken. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a line on this heavy area of resistance and go to my 4-hour here. Okay, now check it. This is gonna be used primarily for stocks that this method works, and this is gonna be how to find like really good levels. Okay, so if I come to indicators here and I turn on this indicator, market open make marker, okay, by ChartMaker. This is going to show me the time. So as soon as market opens, and these are going to be extremely useful for showing me like what levels I need to get in at. Okay. Yep, by ChartMaker. Exactly. Market open marker. Yep. And then, so I know price needs to break resistances in order to get above. Okay. So there's going to be a couple things you could do. Ideally, some people can like to draw trend lines and stuff like that. There's going to be a couple of ways you're going to be able to get in the trade here. Okay. So I can get on my 4-hour time frame here, and I can either analyze just, let's say, like this area of resistance here. Okay. Check out this small area of resistance here on the 4-hour. And then after this, I'm going to go to my 30-minute time frame. Okay. So you're going to find your trade, find your levels on the 4-hour. Okay. Do your overall broad view perspective on the daily. Okay. As you can see, this is the top daily wick too. So if I wanted to, I could have just stayed on the daily too. And then boom. Okay. Now I'm going to turn on my market open marker indicator. Okay. So what I did was find resistance above current price. Okay. I did it, the one at the very top, and I did the ones in between. Okay. So you can either enter up here if you want, or you can make your take profit up here and enter before that. Okay. So just showing you both ways. You can either take the gap fill up to this as take profit, or use this as your entry. Okay. You have multiple ways. Either way, price has to go up to go down. It has to go down to come up. Okay. So now here's how I'm going to show you if a level is good or not. Okay. So for the most part, how you're going to know a level is going to be decent is if it has a 930 reaction. Okay, so a lot of the times, and it's not going to be all the time, but a good chunk of the time, a 930 reaction is going to show you whether or not a level is going to be good or not. Okay, so I want you to see this all the way over here. Okay, so the reason why I know that this resistance is going to be good up here is because I can see 930 where these green lines are. They're going to be when market decides to open. So I could see right at my take profit level up here, or this could be an entry level, either one. The very top resistance that I had marked, we'll make it orange. Okay, the top resistance I had marked all the way up there. As we can see, if I go to my 30-minute time frame, as soon as 9:30 hit, as soon as market opened, because market opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, closes at 4 p.m. Eastern. As soon as market decides to open here, we shorted. Okay, so that's letting me know already that that level is good. This is a safe level to play. This is a profitable level. Okay, so I know price wants to reach this level again, inshallah. Okay, same thing with right here. This is how I also know that this entry level is decent. How do I know that this entry level is good? Because check it right here too. At 9:30, price decided to create some support right here. Okay, and also if I do this, boom. Okay, I have some support right here, and the support turned into the 9:30 support turned into resistance. Okay, so I like that a lot right here. So it's just showing me that the level is going to be safe, and the 9:30 take profit up here is also safe. So if a level has 9:30 off of it that you found off of your 4-hour, that's how you know you're definitely going to be good to get in. Okay, so Webull here. So I believe Webull, as soon as we do like break above this area right here, we should inshallah easily be able to go ahead and get in all the way up there. Okay, so that's going to be just the resistance breakout model usable for that one here. Now I like to just go through my stock screener, and this is going to be just the daily thing that I go ahead and go through. go through stocks that I like to look at between 10 to 100. Okay. And let's talk about this. So if a stock like this at eBay, right? If eBay or if a stock is at all-time highs and there's not much resistances or structure above it, especially on the daily time frame, you can't really play it. Because at that point, you're going to be just kind of buying into the void. Okay. So it's not really good to be playing stuff into all-time highs because you don't really know when you're going to get pulled back on. Say, for instance, right here, say if you did enter at this eBay breakout, say you entered right here, you wouldn't have known to close at 83, at least until the support right here got broken. This would have been the only thing to tell you. Other than that, you can't really hold. There's not really proper take profits and stuff like that. It's kind of just stuff happening. So a lot of the times I like to make sure there's some structure above me. And then, yeah, and then I'll go ahead and I'll take that trade. Take this trade, for example, here, up here. Just areas of resistance above current price, simply. Okay, now I'm gonna go to my 4-hour, check it all out. Okay, have this one area of resistance above current price. Have this other area here, and then I have this other area here. Okay, all these areas above current price. Okay, now I'm gonna go to my 30-minute time frame, market open marker, and check this out. So 9:30 hit, we have the area of resistance being worked on here. Boom, 9:30 hit and price fell and price didn't break above this orange line. So I know that this is a good level here. Okay. So once again, once I see 9:30 reacting at a certain place, it's going to show me that that level is going to be good. Okay. So I would just wait for this area of resistance up here to get broken, meet up with this area of resistance. And then if this resistance gets broken, and then I have another set of 9:30 resistance right here. Okay, and we have some 9:30 resistance right here. Okay, so boom. So now if price were to come up all the way up here, break past this area, I know I would be able to safe to go ahead and long this. Okay, and catch the gap fill, inshallah. So it's just about waiting, it's just about being patient, and it's just about not losing ourselves. So all we're gonna do is just sit on our hands, go grind business, go grind real life, go stack up some bread, and we're gonna come back to the market whenever we're ready. Once market is prepared for us to trade, and then you're gonna be able to just farm, just trading these setups. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing some more examples here. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, so sometimes, yeah, with skips, that's because of these financial earnings. So these earnings can just make price skip and gap around everywhere. And earnings, you just want we'll show you the earnings report date here on TradingView at the bottom. So I think like Uber or something like that, like just came out. So like yeah, you always want to be making sure that you're not trading in between earnings because then that's like gambling. But sometimes people get in, that's not their fault. But you can tell after price just had like a big dramatic dump, normally earnings like just happened, or like a big dramatic like something, okay, rally or dump or just sporadic price action. Like right here, I can see earnings just happen. Okay, like a few days ago, 29th fall. Yeah, yeah, honestly, yeah. hmm I mean, it depends on the levels because USP, UPS, something like this, right? Um, like it really just depends. It really just depends on the type of setup. Like if the setup is there, then it's there. But like say right here, like 23rd, okay, earnings came out here and then price decided to keep falling, okay, after earnings. So it's like the setup doesn't present itself, then yeah, then you can't ideally take that. So yeah, if the setup is there, it's there, but if not, it's not. Because as you can see, Chipotle here made us gap down millions of points. To buy, Like buying a falling knife like this, like meeting a support like this. If I see price hold this for a couple of days, then yeah, personally, that's the only way I personally like to trade support mirrors. If I see price holding a support area like this, okay, you see how price is bouncing from the same place. If this holds for a couple more days and then starts showing me bullish price action, okay, then I'm gonna know like, okay, I'm most likely safe. And one way I can really like for sure do that is if I go on my 4-hour time frame and I just see like this area of resistance or something right here. Okay, if I see price cross this area of resistance, okay, either that or I can get on my daily and just put it on this area of resistance up here. Okay, I can play this area of resistance all the way up here if I wanted to. If I see price break it up here, then I know I'm going to go ahead and be good for sure. And then I'm going to be able to, inshallah, take this up to the next area of resistance up here. Okay. And I'm going to see if this is 930. Awesome. Check it. 930 resistance. So I know this level is good. So what I'm going to do is add this to my watch list. And I'm just going to be adding alerts near the entry. And I'm just going to go ahead and wait. And then, yeah, and then as you can see, I have a 930 resistance up here too. So if price breaks this resistance, I believe we'll go Goku Blast. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add this to my watch list. Set some alerts here. I'm going to set some alerts at the breakout. Okay, every time. And I'm going to go ahead and just be waiting for my trade. Okay, that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. Just waiting for my trade, waiting for the setups to come to me. Okay. So let me go ahead and mark out another one here. So this is all-time highs. I'm going to stick up on this. I'm not really too interested in shorting when it comes to Bitcoin and stocks too, just because that's not the goal of them. The goal of them is for people to buy and hold, and not everyone can short. So me personally, when it comes to stocks and crypto, I'm interested majority of the time in just longing. So I'm looking for just good long setups that I want to take. Okay, XYZ. I think this is something I want to take. Okay, right here, just to be safe, I could honestly do it all up here. Okay, I'm going to go to my 30-minute time frame. Okay. So this 30-minute resist, this is not a 30-minute or 930 resistance here. I have a 930 resistance up here. Let me go to my 4-hour and see how that looks instead. Cool. So yeah, ideally, I would rather play something like this up here. Okay, so because if I know if price breaks up there at the 930 resistance, then I think price will go ahead and easily gap fill this. Okay, so I like to really play 930 levels because 930 levels are going to be showing me like, okay, price reacted here as soon as market opened. It's important. It's not just reacting here for no reason, for no reason at all. Okay. Let's check out forward here. Okay, so I'll get on my 4-hour, just eyeball some resistance above me. Then I'll get on my 30-minute. If the 30-minute isn't a 930 resistance, I'm ultimately just I'm cool off of it. I'd rather play a 930 resistance, something like up here. Okay. And then I can go to my 4-hour time frame. And if this would have been kind of an all-time highs breakout here, or I'm going to be able to look for a 30-minute support entry that's going to match my case here too as well. Okay, so you're going to be looking for either 30-minute support or a lot of the times just 30-minute resistance. That's going to make sense. And if it's not clean after you mark it on your 4-hour, like if I mark out this resistance on my 4-hour and then I go to my 30-minute and it's not a 930 resistance, I don't know how confident I am to take that. Just because 930 is going to be just pretty much giving me the answer that, okay, this is a good level. And if this invalidates or holds, then I'm going to be able to go ahead and take a good level, because it had a market morning reaction. Okay. So 930 levels a lot of the times are already good levels. Okay, so this is Oxy here. This is all I do is just go through, scrolling through, just looking for decent trades. Okay, this is way too all-time highs, so I'm just good off something like this. This should be good. This should be something. Actually, no, the stock kind of fluctuate. Okay, maybe take something like Beachy, maybe. Okay, we have some 30-minute resistance up here. I'll go on my 4-hour. Some 30-minute resistance up there, and then we have some more 30-minute resistance up here. Okay, so if I see price break this area here, I believe I would be able to go ahead and take this trade too. Okay, just for a simple 30-minute gap fill here. Okay. Let me go ahead and check out some Dow. Okay, so even with right here, I'm going to go ahead and check here. So let's say I put a area right here. I'm going to look above me, get on my 30-minute. Okay, I'm going to be looking for 30-minute resistance on my smaller time frame. Okay, so 30-minute resistance, or yeah, on my 930 there, smaller time frame. So cool. I'm going to be looking for some just 30-minute 930 resistance that matches up an area where I like to play. Okay, I think there's some 30-minute resistance up here. Let's check this out in the 4-hour. Okay, so cool. So price looks like it likes this area up here. Okay, so if price decides to 30-minute. Okay, price kind of curled there. Then we do have a short here. I believe this level is good. Yeah, around the 56.27-ish. Just because I am seeing just some 930 breakout here. Then we have a reversal here. And then I have a breakout level here. And then I also do have a reversal level here at this level here too. So yeah, I believe this level is good. Yeah, reversal level here too. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that 930 level is going to be decent. So on the 4-hour here, if I get price getting above this area here, I believe that we'll go ahead and transpire all the way up here. Okay. And let me go ahead and go to the next one here. CTSH. Let's check it out. Okay, CTSH. Let's just say this resistance up here. So just choose a resistance on the 4-hour, then go to your 30-minute. Make sure that the 30-minute has some resistance. Okay, so I can see 930 resistance being created right here at this level that I just chose. So I know that the level isn't bad. Okay, so if I just drew it and I have some 930 reactions off of there, I know the level is not bad at all. Okay, 930, kind of all the way over here too. Also do have another 930 resistance here. Also over here, I have a 930 breakout. Okay, so I like this level a lot. Okay, 930, 930. Okay, 930. Yep, and then we have 930. Okay, so I just eyeball the resistance on my 4-hour, confirm it on my 30-minute, make sure the resistance isn't trash by making sure there's 930, and then take it up to the next area. And I'm going to be able to go ahead and take that. Okay, so these are just how I find trades, just every single day. And I just go through and confirm the levels just like this. Let's do Otis. Okay, Otis. And get on my 30-minute here. I can see some 30-minute resistance all the way up here. Okay, so I know that this level's good. Go to my 4-hour here. Yeah. 77.56, this resistance curl. Yep, the 81.60, the next area of resistance. Yep. Yep. Price was just there like last week. And it has to keep, price was way past up there just a couple months ago. Price only goes down to come back up. Price will definitely come back up here. And doesn't care if it takes weeks or whatever. Just run up bread, and then when it does come, you'll win the trade, inshallah. And then you can take it all the way up because it's buying season again. There's going to be 2 seasons between trading. Buying season and dumping season. Okay, there's going to be time where market's dumping, and there's going to be time where market's starting to recover, create ultimate lows, and then it's time to buy again. Okay. Same thing with Otis here, all the way. Yeah, with Otis here, all the way, it went away in 0.48. You could just wait for price to just break above this area here. Take it up to the next area of resistance right here easily. Okay, and then once again, 30-minute here. I can see 930 resistance and another 930 resistance here. I love this level, and we had this earnings reaction right here on the 23rd. Boom. So earnings here, 2 930 reactions. If price breaks past this level, we're gonna blast super duper hard. Okay. So it's just about waiting here. Okay, so we have Otis there. So verify the level and then 930. Verify the level and then 930. And then I'm just gonna pull up this here too. Okay. I could see that. Hold on. For ACGL, Otis. Let me see. Is there 930 there? No. I mean, there is a 930 support here, but if price wants to reject that resistance, you could get destroyed. If anything, you could do this 930 support all the way up here, around 98.34. That seems, yeah, that one seems a lot safer. And get on my 4-hour here, and then yeah, so yeah, around that support will be a lot safer. And then that price, go ahead and continue the gap fill. So yeah, you want your entry, ideally your entries, and a lot of, if your take profits aren't 930, that's okay, but a lot of the times your entry, you want those to be 930, like for the most part. It really does help a lot when it comes to just the accuracy of your trades and just not losing to just nonsense, you know. So 930. So yeah, so that's going to be the lesson on just catching bullish trades for stocks and crypto.